Last week. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Craig Leo, and in the crowd you've got the co-listing agent Terry Burgoyne. You've got the Auctioneer of the Year for Barry Plant, the group 2017, Paul? 14, I think. Oh, geez, it was a long time ago. I tell you what, long time between drinks. Paul's there to help you out, and of course we've got Cooper Rig as well. Ladies and gentlemen, before I start the auction, I just want to let you know we are streaming this live around the globe. Of course, I've also got iPlant Media here today as well. So, by the way, if you don't want the auction price disclosed, unfortunately, is a live stream auction going to our friends in Guatemala, Terry.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you very much. So again, I've introduced the crowd. I will talk about the property in a minute. I've got a few things to go through before we start the auction off today. So, of course, the auction will start in 3 parts. Oh, sorry, we'll go in 3 parts. Start in 3 parts. Great start already. Filming that, are you? Can you edit that one out? Can you, please? Thanks, Nick. All right. So, of course, yeah. Oh, wait a second. Where am I doing here? Oh, yes. Of course, I haven't even got what I've got normally. So, of course, the first part will obviously be the contract reading, ladies and gentlemen. It's only 100 pages. Should only take me about an hour or so to get through that. Of course, a brief description. It says brief description here. I will be talking about this property for some time. And of course, why you're here today, ladies and gentlemen, and that's called the competitive bidding process. So the contracts have been on display as follows. Just let this gentleman go through. Thank you very much. The vendor's conveyancer, of course, is eConvey. The contract reads as the volume 01547, folio 831, or more commonly known to you and I as, of course, 24 Leon Avenue in Rosebud. Of course, there's a couple of clauses in this one, ladies and gentlemen. There's a nominee clause, and the nominee clause says if you're buying in someone else's name and you need to add their name to the contract, you've got 14 days prior to settlement to do that. Of course, there's a guarantee clause, and the guarantee clause says, of course, if you're buying in someone else's name, if you're buying in the name of a company, rather, you can supply the ABN, the ACN and full company name so you can carry out the duties of said contract. Of course, the agency, of course, is Barry Plant Peninsula. We're selling for on behalf of our vendors. Everything here is described in the Section 32 and contract. I want to make something quickly aware. Those of you who have received a contract before yesterday, we've just received the certificate and owner builder's report and warranty insurance for the deck. That did not have that there, but it is in that contract that you will be signing today, which is good news for you. Of course, I've got some rules and regulations here for the conduct of auction. These are not written by Dan, by the way. These are written by the REIV and Consumer Affairs. So, of course, there's no police here or anything like that, is there, to sort of harass us into getting back into our houses? No, good. Ladies and gentlemen, the auction will be conducted in accordance with all the rules and additional conditions that were made available before the start of the auction, and you would have seen them on the kitchen bench. The auction rules prohibit an auctioneer from accepting bids once the property is knocked down to the successful bidder. Successful. Such a hard word to say. Successful. What was the other word we've been saying that's really tough at the moment? What was that other word? Familiarity. Familiarity. Familiarity, by the way, has 1 L. Most of my office thinks it has 2. Terry, can you say familiarity?
I can.
Say it.
Familiarity.
Two L's. I don't know what's going on with these people. I tell you what, I'll have to get them to elocution school. Anyway, the vendors have a reserve price. As the auctioneer, I'll indicate bidders upon request. The law prohibits false bids, bidders from disrupting other bidders, and there are fines for said conduct. The rules I'll be using, by the way, with the vendor bid, of course, no secret here, they are vendor bid, and by law, as the auctioneer, I'm the only person that can make a vendor bid. I'm going to digress with some of those rules, ladies and gentlemen, so we can understand what it is we're doing here today. It says the vendors, it says about vendor bids. Now, I've just spoken with the owner, who is the vendor, by the way, and the vendor asked me, what is a vendor bid? And I said, well, simple, that's a bid on your behalf. And he looked at me a bit weirdly and he said, well, why would I be bidding on my own property? And I went, fair enough, why would you be? So, ladies and gentlemen, we are not doing a vendor bid here to start the auction today. The reason for that is simple. I have 4 bidders here today that want to buy. I have 2 bidders here, of course, 2 buyers here that cannot bid. They're hoping the property passes in because they just couldn't get their finance secured in time. They're hoping the property passes in so they can negotiate to the vendor's reserve. And I've also got some buyers watching online.
2 online.
Thank you very much, Terry. Of course, again, so I've got 2 online as well. The Anywhere Auctions platform, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, this is streamed round the globe. You can sit in your lounge room and bid online. Of course, if I get a bid that I don't like and it's too low, I won't take that bid. It says in the rules here, says Dan, it says I can indicate bidders upon request and nominate the rise. So if I'm asking you for $50,000 and you give me 1, do not be surprised when I do not take that bid. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I mentioned a moment ago regarding there are fines for misconduct. I know most of you here, I know there's going to be no disruption, but Terry, I like your line the other day. I heard you say, what about the fines for misconduct? Tell me about that.
It's a heavy fine for a major disruption at auction, but there's no mention for a minor disruption.
Perfect. So make as many minor disruptions as you feel possible, and we'll get on famously. Very still day today here, ladies and gentlemen, and of course it was funny. I rolled up the pool cover today. I set the heater on the pool because I thought we were done and dusted with our Indian summer, but it's just given us a week reprieve. How fantastic here on the beautiful Mornington Peninsula that we've got 1 week reprieve here. What are you buying here today? Well, I know I've called it unrivaled, and it is, because there is not a house of this size that commands this respect on this size land in the area. Most of the properties, oh, by the way, just so you know, I've had 3 reconstructions. Came out of an open the other day, stepped on the gum nut. I'm happy for you to move that tree. I thought I was up for a 4th. Really bad, just shook it like nobody's biz. Anyway, I'm digressing. Let's get back to the auction. Of course, as I said, 40 square metres, ladies and gentlemen, and again on 800 square metres. The only other option you've got to buy something like this is probably half the size and half the land. You've got walking distance to the beach, as I said, and what we call this area, of course, is the Macrae end or the Paris end of Rosebud. But walking through the home, you'll notice it's got multiple living areas, absolutely. High ceilings, as we've talked about before. You've got that beautiful studio there that's soundproof. As you know, the owner here is I'm going to say a musician. Is there such a thing as a musician? I'm not sure if I'm familiarity with any of those. But of course, the owner is a musician, so that it's been fully soundproofed. Of course, you've got things that you don't see. You've got that beautiful underfloor heating. You've got hydronic heating. You've got a big reverse cycle air conditioner that goes through upstairs the whole house. You've got that split system downstairs. You've got double glazed windows throughout. But what's more important, ladies and gentlemen, you've also got that beautiful aspect there of Arthur's Seat. As I said to you, we've walked to the beach. You've got the lovely leash free out where I take my Labradors. And of course, again, you've got that beautiful northwesterly facing deck, which is warranted and of course approved. It's a beautiful 40 square home. 5 years left of build warranty, ladies and gentlemen. So you're buying with absolute peace of mind, knowing you get a beautiful home here, and again with that peace of mind of builder's warranty. That beautiful backyard, nice and flat. I've just put a pool in, one of the greatest investments. Is that me? Oh, so Terry, what you need to do, I forgot to tell you.
It's not my phone.
Isn't it?
No, it's not my phone ringing.
Oh. It's me gran.
Do not disturb.
It's my gran. Yeah, gran, I'll be home tonight, 7 for dinner. All good, thank you. All right, thank you. I'm at an auction. Yes, I know. All right, I'm at an auction. Bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was my grandmother ringing, just wanting to know if I'm still coming over. Will depend on how the negotiations go. A couple of things I want to mention as well, ladies and gentlemen. If you're the last person bidding on the property today and it hasn't reached reserve, you get exclusive rights to negotiate. If you don't hold the bid, we can negotiate with others. And there are 2 buyers here today that cannot bid. So we'll be negotiating with those. A lot of talk going on around what's happening in the marketplace at the moment. So last night, I did an auction in Venice Street, Mornington. It was a 1950s, let's call it a knockover for what it was. The reserve was $1 million and we sold it for $1,130,000. What I can say to you, the reason people are buying at the moment is not about maybe a 1% rise in interest rates, which will mean nothing. There's a blip on the ocean there. Why they're buying is because travel is not secure. People are buying holiday homes anywhere in the vicinity of $1.5 to $2 million in this area. We just sold one for $158 in Peninsula Sands. Long walk to the beach for them. Anyway, also what I can say is that people are buying holiday lets. Again, not that the fact that travel is not secure, they just don't want to have to give their firstborn away and get 37 rat tests just to travel. So again, although sorry you did go, Paul, well done to you. But of course,
not international grading.
Okay, well it was Cairns and really Queensland is not really part of Australia if you're a Queenslander, let's face it. So of course, again, what I want you to know is this. We've sold 3 properties today at auction, all exceeding reserve. The Mornington Peninsula market still has plenty of growth to go. So again, if you're thinking about going that extra 50, 70, 100,000, this is the property to go for because I've not got another one like it and there is another one like it. Why? Because it is unrivaled. So ladies and gentlemen, where do I see a fair and reasonable opening bid here for the property at 24 Leonard Avenue, Rosebud? Doesn't matter where we start, it's where we finish, of course. Remember, I count it 3 times. If I count it 3 times with no bids, I pass the property in and we negotiate with others. Who's going to open me up? What about 1.5 as a nice, easy round number? Who's going to open me up there? Oh, no takers there. Ladies and gentlemen, just to give you an understanding, that is what this property will be worth in about 2 or 3 years' time. Mark my words. So again, open me up. You've seen the quote price. What about 1.3? You've seen it even 1.1, and welcome to the bidding, ma'am. It's always the brave person that bids first, and welcome. And what that does, ma'am, as well, that puts you in the box seat to negotiate to the vendor's reserve. A fantastic position to be in. Who would like to be in that position? So at 1.1, we're fairly bid, looking for a rise at 1.2 now. First call at 1.1 now, ladies and gentlemen, looking for a rise at 1.2. Come with me now. It's a great property. It's unrivaled. It's a great position. As I said, ladies and gentlemen, at 1.1 now, we're fairly bid. Sorry, sir. Was that a bid, sir? So again, I'm asking for hundreds and not obviously don't want to be one of those stick in the muds, but I did say if I'm asking for a nominal rise and you give me a small amount, I may not take it. This is one of those occasions. So 1-1, we're fairly bid. I'm looking for a 1-2. Second call at 1-2, 1-1 now, looking for a rise at 1-2 now. Ladies and gentlemen, come with me, Paul. I'm taking rises of 100,000. If I get... No, not at this stage. At 1-2 is what we're bid. I'm looking for a rise at 1-2. Ma'am, you're in the box seat. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to call it 3 times. Third! Final call at 1-2. Well done. I knew we'd get there at 1-2 now. Looking for a rise at 50 at 1-2-5-0. Ma'am, come with me now. You know what we're buying here today. 40 squares. Unbelievable. So many features here. It's the eco-friendly home at 1-2-50. Well done to you, ma'am, at 1-2-50 now. Box seat. Give yourself the opportunity now at 1-3. At 1-3 now down the back here. Paul, I'm looking... I'll take their 50 now, Paul, at 1-3. Yes, I will. Again, first call at 1-2 now, looking for a rise at 1-3. Well bid to you, ma'am. Come to you at 1-3-5. There is not another one around it. By the way, townhouses in this area are selling for 1-2 and 1-3 now. Confirm the bid, Terry. 1-3 now. Looking for a rise at 25, if you don't mind. How about that? At 25 now. At 1-3-2-5. 25 at 50. Back there now. I'll give you the right at 25 at 50 now. 50 now. 75. That's 75. At 50 bid now, it's against you. First call now at 1-3-5-0. 1-3-7-5, ma'am. At 1-3-7-5, yes, I like the nod. At 1-3-7-5, fairly bid now. At 1-3-7-5, well done, well bid. Strong bidding here, ladies and gentlemen. Take me to 1-4. Put yourself in front. 1-3-7-5. First call at 1-3-7-5. 1-4, sir.
380.
Sir, I'll tell you what, I'll meet you halfway. I'll take a 90. How about that? That's nice. That's even. We're getting on here now. At 1-3-90.
85.
Okay, I'll take your 85 and take me to 1-4. At 1-4 now. 1-3-8-5. First call at 1-3-8-5. Well bid, strong bid. Come back to me. Now, I always say this. When you lower your bid, it tells the other buyers that you're either running out of money or you're not confident. So at
Take 90.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll take a 90 and back to you at 95, sir. At 95 now. First call at 93-95.
Yeah,
At 95. Take me to 4. Take me to 4 now.
Yep.
1-4 now. Sir, mate, I need a strong bid from you now. You tell me you want to own it at 20,000 is what I want. 20 more. That's the bidding I like to see at 1-4-2-0. At 1-4-5-0. Make it a knockout bid at 1-4-2-0 now. First call at 1-4-2-0. I can tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. We're on the market. He's parking with his wife in your driveway. At 1-4-2 now, we're fairly bid. Second call now, ladies and gentlemen, we're selling here today. We're taking no late bids at 1-4-2-0. 1-4-5, ma'am. Strong bid. I know you're not. There's not another one around like this. At 1-4-2-0, we're fairly bid. Instruction, Paul.
1-4-2 at the rear.
Correct.
25.
1-4-2-5, 1-4-3 even. Or what do you mean, what about 1-4-5? Confirm we are 1-4 here, Terry?
We're 1-4-2-5 here.
No, we're 1-4-3 here.
1-4-2-5.
1-4-30 now. What about 50? At 1,430,000 now. First call at 1,430,000. Second call at 1,430,000. Third.
Wait 1 minute.
Final call. We're selling here today. Another 5. A great story. I love this story. You bought a house for $5,000. Can you believe it? Wouldn't have been read about. At 1-4-3-0, we're selling. Another 5 with me. Come with me, ma'am. Ma'am, I'll take a 1 if I have to. At 1-4-3 we are now. $1,000. Even a better story than buying a house for $1,000. We're selling here today, ladies and gentlemen, at 1-4-3. I'm going to call it 3 times. No further bidding, ladies and gentlemen. If I get there, we're selling the property today at 1-4-3 now. Here we go. 3 times. First. Second. Third. Final call. We're selling. Another 5. It's only 5. Look what it's going to be worth in a couple of years' time. 1-4-3-5. Come with me. We're selling here today. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't say it. They're already from here. Congratulations. And sold. And well done to the buyers. Commiserations to our underbidders. Ladies and gentlemen, Barry Plant Peninsula. If you're looking to sell your property, Barry Plant is your #1 team for auction. Thanks again.